this is pivotal in upholding the tenets of democracy, to have the media very, very independent, to deep into information and provide, accurate update to the public so that they make rational decision, because people want to know the workings of their government. They want to know undertaking what their government is doing in their interest. So as part of such responsibility, that's the reason why we make it our duty to be here, most especially a safer duty to the country, to uphold this and talk what matters more to this country. Thank you.
The voice of Ishmael Logan. Ishmael, I hope you are prepared for the weekend. It becomes a relaxing time when we reach a Friday.
Sure.
Most especially you guys in the news department. It's good that you relax for the weekend. And
Sure.
and when Friday is here, that's the time we become energized, because we are going home. We are going home to relax with the family and get prepared again for a Monday.
Yeah, sure. And because unlike us, we normally have a review of the news we carry during the course of the week. It's very memorized every Saturday morning, every Saturday evening. So we have to be a Saturday evening and Sunday evening to get prepared for the morning news.
Oh, okay. You guys do the review, the news Saturday
Saturday at 6.
at 6. Yeah, you know me and radio. That's one of my weakness. I hardly listen to radio. When I'm home, I'm always on Al Jazeera, watching CNN. I'm my own thing in there. Yeah. It's good to have that. But so this morning we have a few things to look at. We'll be taking the youth of that's the All Liberation Party of Mr. Bernard Ure. They will be here this morning to flag out some issues on the Punch Breakfast Show. We extended an invitation to the disenchanted EPS officers that called yesterday. They were calling back to back on the show yesterday. So we avail our platform to them to come at 9 o'clock. And I placed a call to them on yesterday, and they show me of being here this morning at 9. So if they come, fine. If not, then they won't hold us responsible, because we have made a platform available for them to come and express themselves. So because yesterday they were calling back to back, and I never wanted it to be like, this platform, you want to give other platform, so I give them an hour to come and express themselves. So we hope to see them at 9 o'clock. But at 8 o'clock, we hope to take the youth Congress of the All Liberian Party. They have some burning issues on their mind that they want to express this morning. So we'll be availing our platform to them this morning to express themselves. But before that, there's the issue about Ishmael. There's the issue about our Islamic community. I'm going there because I'm a Muslim. The issue about pilgrimage and our people leaving from Liberia to Mecca for the Hajj. This has become a serious national issue for us here in Liberia as a Muslim, most especially our leaders. Ishmael, you're a Christian, right?
Sure.
Okay. So I will be the one most of the talking when the particular one. Ishmael, when it comes to the Islamic faith, our leaders, we become so dissatisfied and frustrated when it comes to the Hajj in our country. Our people were to be in Mecca by this time. Our people were to be in Mecca by this time, because the process leading to the Hajj begins on today in Mecca. But up to now, our people are still here in Liberia, and we have just been informed that tomorrow will be their departure date, but that is not even certain yet. This is a repeated, it's not just like, it is this year. It has been a continuous process for Liberia that we becomes the last country to go for the Hajj in Mecca. And the Islamic community in Liberia, I just don't know what can be the cause. Is it that they are avoiding the expenses that the people go through in Mecca? Because the people pay 6,000 each person that go for the Hajj in Mecca. They pay 6,000 United States dollar to go and come for their feeding, everything. 6,000 USD. And in that 6,000 USD, it's just like a 1,300 or 1,200 there for air for that plane ticket. The rest of the money should be there for hosting, feeding throughout the time that they will be there. But our Islamic community, the Islamic community will not allow the people to go on time because they don't want to send them there and use the money that the people have provided, even though the people are paying for the time that they will be there for. They are paying for the time. They are paying for that feeding. They are paying for that lodging. They are paying for everything that they will be doing there. 6,000 USD each person. And this country will send nothing less than 200 persons. So imagine you taking 6,000 USD from 200 persons in a country. You know how much is that? And our people, the Hajj committee of this country will allow our people to be going late every year. This is becoming unbecoming in this country. And when we Muslims, we are calling for a national holiday in this country, these are some of the things that the people will look at. They say, oh, how can we give these people a national holiday? Even their Hajj committee, just for the people to go for Hajj in this country, it becomes so divided. So now, what our Liberian people, our elderly people now doing is that they are using Guinea. They are using Guinea to go for the Hajj because they know Liberia is always beyond time. So when the time for the Hajj is coming up, Liberians leave from here in Liberia, go Guinea and register there, depart with the people from Guinea and go to Mecca. The people, the Guineans left since the beginning of this week. The Guineans left since the beginning of this week. But Liberians, our elderly people that have paid their money, they are staying in Liberia because our Muslim community, our leaders, failing us gradually. And this is not just like, oh, it is this year. It is not just like, oh, it is last year. This has become a moral operandi, a continuous process for this country. And it is so frustrating that you as a person, you will struggle to get $6,000 US for your mother or your father, your brother or sister to go for the Hajj in Mecca. Pay that money ahead of time. Pay that money ahead of time. But when the time reaches, our people will always be. Last year it was frustrating to the extent that our mothers, our fathers left from here. They were living at the Ramos International Airport. It took them days, close to 1 week. They was at the airport waiting for plane. Waiting for plane. I'm talking about the Hajj committee of this country, Ishmael.
Yeah, I've had time to follow up on that matter in some, yeah, like you mentioned some part of last year.
Mm-hmm.
And what I still find it difficult to comprehend is that the 6,000 that been paid by each person to go to Mecca for the Hajj, what are they really doing with say amount of money? Because once the cash is available, that means that the people should be accorded the due benefit of the money they paid. Because the thing is, at that gathering is where you have Muslims from around the world, they gathered, right? to offer supplementation so that people gave an appreciation of how Liberian Muslims go about in practicing their faith, because that is part of the Islamic doctrine. But when people that should be given direction start to proceed in such a way, then there is a problem. There is a serious problem, because you've been trusted. You've been trusted to lead a group of people. So that means that you should lead them with utmost passion.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't have people, because talking about $6,000 in a country like Liberia, where the economy is kind of a tense, it's something unimaginable. So that people will give you this and people will give you such an amount of money, and you just keep it, and you don't want to use it for the proper intent. So it's important. It's important because we can have these kinds of things happening in our religious community, because these people look up to these religious leaders for a direction. So if they start to do these kinds of things, who's going to advise them? Who's going to be the ones to tell them to do things that should be, held right? And even if national government is wrong for the proceeding, we're going to call them to order.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mr. President, Mr. Speaker, Madam Pro Tem, or whoever the person is, whatever you are doing is not in the best interest of the country, because that's part of the responsibility of the religious community, so that they be able to proffer the cases of their people to national leaders, so that they can be able to have policies that directly or positively impact their livelihood. So if you can be the ones in these kinds of act, it speaks volume that there is a serious problem.
Yeah, but Ishmael, my point here is that this has become a continuing process. Last year, the last before year, it's just like every year. It's not just like, we are just because it happened last year, so we will improve this year. It happened last year, and now it is happening. Before last year, it happened. Before in 2022, it happened. In 2021, it happened. Now we are in 2023, it happened. Now 2024, it is happening. Why should it be this way? Why should it be like every year we can make improvement? And our family, now the information I'm getting, another 500 USD was added on this year. Instead of 6,000, is now 6,500. Another 500 were added up to the price. And not to say our family, our fathers are refusing. The people can pay the money like 4 to 5 months ahead of time. That's the time the people can pay the money. Then why would we be like this? Why would the country every year will be the last to leave? Will be the last to it becomes so disgraceful that our Islamic community, and we are calling them out this morning because I'm a proud Muslim, and this becomes so frustrating to we the Muslim, that our leaders in this country will always settle down for this. Will always settle down for this. When people are given authorities in this country, let them be capable to serve the people that they are leading. Let them be able to serve the people that they are leading. So that's why this platform will reach out all over.
Definitely, sure.
We'll reach out all over, if Ishmael, in a sense that if we don't stay here today and talk about some of these things, it will be a continual process, like if it had been done in the past. Ishmael last year, the last year situation. Oh, Ishmael. Now what will happen? Like what is saying that tomorrow will be departure date. You know what will happen now? Our mothers, our fathers, they will leave from here tomorrow, go to that airport, the Ramos International Airport. There where they will be. What flight will come? What are the flight will come today? What are the flight will come tomorrow? What are the flight will come on Sunday? It will come Monday or Tuesday. The people will they will be living right outside. They will be sleeping in the cold. Last year, that just how it was like. The people were sleeping in the cold at the Rabat International Airport, waiting for flight to come. Waiting for flight to come. And then waiting for flight to come before leaving. It took them close to 4 days sleeping under the rain at the Rabat International Airport. Not to say they didn't pay their money. Yeah, they did. They paid their money. But some of our leaders just plan to run the entire process this way. And it's so frustrating. It is so frustrating that it will be a continual process. We are calling on the Islamic community. We are calling on the Hajj Committee of Liberia. You guys need to improve. You guys need to improve. It shouldn't be like every year.
It's said that they have, hidden motive, that basically
there's no hidden motive.
Wow.
Absolutely no hidden. They are just all incompetent people. They are just all incompetent people. What am I saying is that if you are competent, something will not. They will not tell you, say, Ishmael, come and do the show today, and you didn't do well. What you do 100%, you went like 50%. Then they tell you, say, okay, because you did 50% today, we'll give you another opportunity. Come tomorrow. Tomorrow, once they have told you that you did 50%, you want to double up game to get more than 50%, right?
Exactly.
But we, or the Hajj Committee, instead of them improving, they are declining every day. That just is like, with what happened last year, they should have improved on it this year. What happened last before year, they should have improved on it last year. But there's no improvement. There's absolutely no improvement. It's just like a continual process. And it becomes so frustrating that they want to happen last year. The one that will happen this year, it will be more than the one that happened last year. That just is like, so if like it's like no improvement, and people, the Islamic community, the Hajj committee, they are becoming so incompetent to the extent that they are frustrating our Islamic religion in our Islamic older folks in the country, because our people live from Lofa, our people live from Cape Mount. That's just about Mosurado, Ishmael.
Yeah, sure.
People live from the various counties. They come in Mosurado to wait for the date to leave from here to Mecca. And some of them, when they come here, they have to be eating. They have to be eating. They need sleeping place. So now, if you, for instance, you live from the county and you hear where somebody can really afford for their household, you know what becomes of that? The lay money that you took from the county, from the family, you brought it, that you're supposed to carry with you to make up, to sustain you. You'll start using that money in Mosurado here. You will start using that money in Mosurado here. And before you go Mecca now, the money finish. What will you use? What will you use? It becomes a serious problem. And some people now want for us to talk about it because they say, oh, man, you Muslim. Blah, blah. No, we will talk about it. We will tell them that they need to improve. If we don't talk about this, there will be no improvement in our Islamic community. There will be no improvement. People should man up. It's frustrating. It's denigrating, and it's becoming a norm. It's becoming a just like a. I just don't know how to put it, Ishmael. It's so frustrating, seriously. And our people, but now the process is starting today in Mecca. All the activities that are occurring today, the people are not there. All the things that are happening tomorrow, they're not there. If they will go on tomorrow, I'm using the word if, because I know what will happen. I know what will happen. If they will go on tomorrow, all the things that will happen tomorrow, they will not just reach tomorrow the same time. All the things that will happen tomorrow, they will not be a part of it. If they go on tomorrow, then they will have to start on Sunday. But me, I know they will not, even tomorrow, that thing when they're talking about tomorrow, I know they will not happy tomorrow. I'm saying it for a fact. And I know their departure will be nothing less than from, they either leave from here Monday or Tuesday. And it shouldn't be like that. They should have left from here ever since. They should have left from here ever since. The other countries, Guinea, Ivory Coast, Sierra Leone, the other countries, they are all there. Their people are all there. Only Liberia is lacking beyond time. Because a certain group of people are heading the High Committee, eating our people money, frustrating them. We thought it was to flag this morning, Ishmael.
Yeah, definitely. And I can recall vividly during the previous regime, they had this dangling issue wherein one of the parties was siding with the government and the other one was opposing. They had an issue that two separate groups were in dealing about collecting funds for the Hajj. So it's the same thing that continued to.
Okay, so you know what happened?
Mm-hmm.
We have the Hajj committee.
Okay.
And then we have other people that are capable, like Lucini Kamara, the former presidential candidate of ACO.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He has his organization that is also responsible to bring certain group of people can use his institution to go for the Hajj also. So that's why it's like everybody can, the Hajj committee get their own they collecting their own funds, then he and other people they collect their own funds, they add it together and send for a charter flight from Mecca. They send for one of the gigantic plane that can carry like 100 or 200 persons. They send for that plane. The plane will come from Mecca, land at the Rabas International Airport, and pick the people up and carry them. It's not like it is like divided 100%, but it's just like, for instance, we have a FM here that is responsible for everything, every day-to-day activity. But you have for instance, you have your own organization. You create your own organization that people can also use to get through easily the Hajj committee, because you have influence over it also.
Okay.
So that's how it's like. Yeah. So it's not like 100% divided, but they just use that means because some people they can be left out. Some people to get through the Hajj committee, it can be hard for them, so they can just use that institution to do their registration. Yeah. So we thought it was Liberians to bring this up to you this morning. It is frustrating, and the Hajj committee of Liberia, they need to improve. They need to start doing well for this country, because we don't want to settle down for every year this same thing. Every year, no improvement. There is need that they improve. Our people are still here, and it is frustrating that the entire process starts on kickstart today in Mecca, but our people, they are yet, our family, yet to leave the country. So the Hajj committee will need to improve. They will need to double up to get things working up for our people every year. So we thought it was in bringing that. But Ishmael, there's this thing about our talking point. We can just take like 5 to 6 minutes on this. The Ministry of Public Works reinstated the road user permit for, how do you call it, Western Cluster. I guess you follow that story.
Yeah, following closely.
So Western Cluster entered the country, and they told us that they were going to do the road from Clay to the Simpor River around the Douala area there. Why are they doing it? They are holding their iron ore from the county, Bomi, setting part of Cape Mount, and bring it using the road carrying it to the free port of Monrovia. So, since they made a commitment that they were going to do that road, throughout the Weahs administration, they were unable to do the road, and they were Ishmael go Douala by 7 to 8 o'clock in the evening. 7 to 8 o'clock in the evening, you'll see nothing less than 30 trucks. I'm saying this for a fact, yeah, because I've experienced it. You will see nothing less than 30 trucks hauling iron ore from Bombing Cape Man and other places to the port. To the port. So they made a commitment that they were to recondition the road there. But throughout the Weah administration, they failed to do so. So the people there in Bombing, they started raising concern that, oh, you guys promised that you're going to do the road, but up to now we can't see anything. The people can't see anything, and their trucks are using the road and damaging the little road that we have there that we're supposed to be using. We're supposed to be using. They are damaging the road. So when this government took over, Ambassador Boakai put stop to them using the road because they were damaging the road, and they have promised to recondition the road. They promised to recondition the road, but they were unable to recondition that road. So, out of that, their permit was suspended by the Ministry of Public Works. I'm trying to get the article. While getting the article, just go ahead.
And I too have had a time to use that bombing corridor, and I think some part of last year or so, around that place, there's a place called Iron Gate where in Intelligence had this thing about the road being cut. So they had to use, an alternative means of getting through. They had to pass through the community. And it gets so annoying when these mining companies have failed to live up to their agreement they will have with the mining affected communities. And the case of Western Cluster is just one of the many cases that are happening all across this country. And these companies see these things to be their usual habit, that they will just go about and just treat their money affected communities anyhow, because prior to your coming, you had this road in there, and people been using it as a means of transporting their goods and other things to come to the capital.
Yeah,
other people going there for other functions. And you come, you are bringing your trucks that contain your mineral, your iron ore, after you come and extract these minerals from their land or from their mountains. You take it to wherever you want to take them. But the thing that is contributing to your company operation, you don't want to, because the thing is, in life we have something called the mutual relationship. That is where the two parties benefit. But for those companies, in the case of Western Cluster, it's been a bit parasitic. That is, they just care about what they get as a company, and they don't care about what the livelihood of the people that are being affected by them. They don't care about that. They don't give much attention to those individuals, and all of these things boil down to the inability of our leaders, right, to call these people to order. What you are doing is unacceptable. Like we have the lack of the bombing country. Let's say the Western region
legislative caucus, Western region legislative caucus.
Exactly. You should be the one inviting the management of Western Cluster, you agreed. You agree. We were not coerced. You agree that you will recondition the road that you use on a daily basis.
Okay, so Ishmael, let me just come in on this. There's an article from Front Page Africa. It says that the Ministry of Public Works Monday restored the Western Cluster road user permit, which was suspended on May 3rd, 2024. Foreign President Boakai expressed dissatisfaction over the manner in which the company continued to destroy the road with their heavy trucks. The restoration of the permit, however, is continuing on an agreement reached with the company to provide 200,000. You listen to this? Provide 200,000 for rehabilitation and expansion work on several parts of the road. So, meaning that they're not coming to the whole road, several parts of the road. So, you coming recondition some places that are poor, you're coming to work on them. 200,000 now. There was the money that they were supposed to give to recondition the road. It can be recalled President Boakai doing an inspection of the road rehabilitation project in Bombing said the company has failed to honor its mineral development agreement, and he had personally informed the company through its legal team of potential closure. Potential closure. President Boakai warned that if the government didn't close Western Cluster Mining Company down, Liberia will lose major bridges, and it might be disastrous for the country. The Liberian leader said he will not tolerate such insensitivity by Western Cluster Mining Company in that part of the country. I just met the lawyer for Western Cluster this morning, and I told him we are going to close down. We are going to close them down. Minister, let me tell you, if there's the president speaking now. There's the president speaking. When the president visited them, I just met the lawyer for Western Cluster this morning, and I told him we are going to close down. We are going to close them down. Minister, let me tell you, if we don't close Western Cluster down, we will lose those bridges, and it will be disastrous. I went on the hill the last time. Western Cluster is not mining. They are just taking our resources, and we get no reward for it. I told him emphatically this morning that we are going to close them down. If they want to invest further, then they need to build their own railway. So you see, they needed to build their own railway from where they are operating to the Freeport of Monrovia, but they don't build a railway. They're using the road that they are using. They don't want to rehabilitate the road. They don't want to recondition the road, but they've been using that road for years. So President Boakai went there and saw the road condition. We are 6 years. The road was just like that. And Western Cluster was just using the road. Hauling minerals. Every evening, 30 to 40 trucks will use that road from Bombing straight to the Freeport. So when the president went there, the president said, from what I've observed, I think Western Cluster is not doing the Liberian people well. And we may likely close down Western Cluster if they don't meet up to the agreement about rehabilitating the roads. That was a statement from the president of the Republic of Liberia when he visited Western Cluster, Ishmael.
Yeah, definitely, and that is what most leaders will often do, so that you have these people to be made to account for the work they do, because you don't like he mentioned. For what he saw that if caution was not taken, it's going to be disastrous, because the people just scared to use the road, and they use those bridges, and once they get damaged, they don't concern about reconditioning them. And if you are using said road for mining purposes, right, it speaks to a greater extent that it should be your responsibility to recondition if there is possible, a damage or purpose being created on any part of the road. It should be part of your responsibility, because you can be benefiting for the country on such a high scale, and you don't want to do something in return, because that is part of the benefit of the mine affected areas. Once their communities or their towns are being affected by mining or practices, it means that this too should be part of the benefit. It should be part of the benefit. It should not just be about you. Because if you look at the amount of truck that take the ore from Bombing to the port, the free port of Monroeville, it gets to a point that why will all of those resources be leaving the country, and Liberians or people that live in that part of the country cannot feel some of the impacts of the company existence. There should be means that they feel the impact, that they know that they have a mining company that operates in their county, and that's how it should be. And we opting that, the listing on the permit that have been done by the Ministry of Public Works is not just be a statement, but there should be a measure. Because what have been a problem is that most of these agreements that have been made, the unwillingness, right, to ensure that there is monitoring and supervision being carried out, so that each operation or each truck that leaves the site should be observed, maybe by the Ministry of Public Works or the Mines and Energy Ministry, so that they are ahead. Because part of the release here said, said, let's get this. The government told the mining company that the allowable tons per truck, including ton, 15 tons for empty weight of truck, and total number of trucks should not exceed 125, and each truck should make at most 2 trips per day.
but they are not making. They are making more than 2 trips.
So you see that there is a
they
problem.
are making nothing less than 4 to 5 trips every day. The drivers can sleep.
Wow.
We get day shift. We get night shift. The people are continuously using that road. They are continuously using that road, and it is damaging. There's not just about Western Cluster.
Yes, exactly.
We are talking there generally. Mining companies, not only mining companies in Liberia are taking advantage of our country. They are taking advantage of even our lawmakers, because when the lawmakers, when the people of when we the citizens raise issues about how we are being treated by these companies, we call on our lawmakers. Our lawmakers go there, they bribe them, and we leave from there. This is just about money companies. Even people that are working to restaurant, people that are working with foreign nationals. Our people are feeling the pinch. Mama, do you know that citizens, our own citizens, now in supermarkets, you will see a cashier in supermarket behind the counter, but you will see a Lebanese man or Indian man standing behind that cashier because they don't trust the Liberian person. So instead of they sitting and be collecting the money, they will not say they will be standing while the Liberian person sitting collecting the money, but they want to be there seeing what's happening because they according to them, they don't trust our Liberian people. And they are taking advantage of our Liberian people. Workplaces in this country, the steel companies, the Fulanis, the Indians, the Lebanese, our sisters that are working with them, that are serving as nurses, in their homes. They are taking advantage of them. And we have the labor sector here in our country when our people cry up to them and say, oh, we are being marginalized by these foreign nationals. What become of that? Absolutely nothing has been done. In Western Cluster, we are calling on this agreement, when it went into by the government, they have to live up to it. They will have to live up to it. And the lawmakers from the Western region should stand up so that people can face that road. The early snow, we know America, the whole day you talking, whole day you recting that you the best lawmaker. These are some of the things that you should be talking on. America, these are some of the things that you should be talking on. Wake up for your people in the Western region. He said he passing through that route to go to Bapolu.
Yes, was calling the president on this issue about the 285 moving equipment.
Yes.
So it's about time too. You must have some courage to call on attention of the management of Western Cluster to look up to the so that they do the right thing in the interest of your people you represent, because that is part of your oversight responsibility. That is part of it. So you cannot just leave all of these responsibilities solo of the executive. That is what the three branches of government work in coordination. So that is part of your oversight responsibility. The same way you muster the courage to call on the president, for the executive to make account of the 285 moving equipment that was being disclosed at the cabinet retreat. So that if you do this, it gives an understanding that you are passionate in some of your quest of seeing a transparent country. So it should not just be one-sided. You should do it, being selective. It should be a holistic process. And now the thing important is in your court. That is, you are directly associated with it because it's within the county you represent, the entire county. So no one's it's not with him and Desho, but you represent the entire of bombing. You are the principal representative of people of bombing. They've cracked. So now they need you the most so that you advocate, in their behalf so that the right thing is done by Western Cluster.
Okay, so we will open the phone lines this morning, 0778 665 699, 0778 665 699, or 0880561644, 0880561644. You can place in your calls this morning, and you will be live with us on the Punch Breakfast Show with me in Boakai and Ishmael. We are here. Ishmael looking at our Boakai Amarakama. We are seated here for you this morning. Let me see if I can do this. Let me try to put this here. Okay. Well, we are trying to get that. 0778 665 699 is the line that you can call this morning, and you will be live with us. 0778 665 699, 0778 665 699, or 0880 644, 0880 644. So we talk about the Hajj committee this morning, and our Islamic community, and we talk about the Western Cluster stuff. Let's take our first caller here this morning. Good morning. Hello. Yeah, welcome. Your name is joining us from?
Yeah. Our doctor can be portrayed. It can't be done. They also portrayed what's wrong with there. The art there. Now, to be like
I don't know. Your line isn't too good this morning. I'm not getting you too clear, my brother. I'm not getting you too clear. Sorry about that. I was not getting you loud and clear. So let's take another person to see if. Good morning. Oh. Yeah, good morning. Welcome.
this is a boy. I call from Pinsville.
Hello, boy. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. The discussion is very interesting this morning. I want to talk on the Western Cluster something and the way our people are treated, at their workplaces.
Mm-hmm.
I think the labor ministry is responsible to oversee, activities when it comes to, labor in this country.
Mm-hmm.
But they are not up to their game. You understand? I mean, let them be the one to execute those things. That will bring those aliens and foreigners to their senses to treat our people right.
Yeah.
But instead they don't do it. But the brown envelope business in this country is damaging this country. Now to the roads. The president has said that the roads should be closed, and I think it is incumbent on the public welfare ministry, so that the people will be able to implement their side of the agreement. But if they are not implementing, then they close the road. Start them from working. And so then sometimes we rely too much on our duty in this country. The people will sit down over us. The people will be using that road time a day. That road is supposed to be closed. That whole company will be shut down. So once they are not living by their own side of the agreement, it means they have breached the contract, and so they are at a disadvantage. So that's what we're supposed to do, but we're not doing it. We talk too much in this country without any implementation.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Elabo, for calling in this morning and be a partner. Take somebody from this line here. Good morning.
Good morning. Hello, morning, sir.
Doing pretty well. Your name, where you joining us from?
My name is Joseph Stan. I'm calling from Bonaswan.
Welcome, Joseph.
Yeah, I thought it wasn't because of deal. If the government is getting to close down the deal. Because people not doing well for us. 3 years from now, that bill will be called off, and other people from that side will be finding it difficult to reach in the city. So they're getting to close down the deal. Let them leave.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for calling in this morning. 0778 665 699 0778 665 699 or 0880 561 644 0880 561 644 are the lines that you can call this morning, and you will be live with us on the Punch Breakfast Show on Punch FM. We can take like 2 to 3 more calls, then we bring in our first set of guests here this morning on the Punch Breakfast Show. 0778 665 699. We're talking about we talk about the Hajj committee. We talk about the Hajj committee. We talk about the Western cluster, and some other issues here this morning. So like I said, we'll be taking the folks from the All Liberian Party, the youth from the All Liberian Party. They'll be here. They are here already. So we'll take them. Markov Vanning is here. He have some burning issues when it relate to the party and other some national issues. He will be talking to us about that this morning. So Marco, you have to just wear your headphone. Okay. Say each minute, then you use that. All right, so we trying to set up things here. Sorry about that. So before we go to the phone lines again, we, like I said, we have our guest here already. We were supposed to take them at 8, and he's here directly on time. So let me say good morning to you, Marco. Welcome.
Yeah, a pleasant morning to you, Mr. Kamara, and pleasant morning to your co-host and to your many listeners across Liberia. It is of great pleasure being here this morning, and I'm honored to be seated in the house of Punch FM.
Okay, how you doing, my brother? Health-wise, you okay?
I'm doing pretty well.
We normally ask people because we don't know what may happen.
That's true, but at least I'm happy to be counted among the living. There are many people who are wealthy out there that have been wishing to be very strong, but unfortunately, some are in hospital, some are dead and gone. So for the fact that I'm being able to see myself, being on my 2 feet walking, it means all praises belong to God.
Okay, all praises belong to God. Ishmael, he's our guest from I don't know what capacity will you be speaking, because we want to be referring to you in that capacity. Are you speaking as from the ALP angle or as an ordinary Liberian? Which one?
Basically, I'm Michael Tambavani once more.
Mhm.
I'm the national vice chair for administration of the All Liberian Party based on the recent ended convention that we had in Bond County. I was elected as the national vice chair for administration of the Youth Congress. Later on took over as the acting youth chair based on internal crisis that we were having.
So means that you are the acting youth chair.
Yeah, but basically I will be speaking on a wide range of national issues and issues of concern that will have to do with the ALP Youth League squarely with the rescue fraction.
Okay.
Because you remember in point, we disagree politically with our state actors of the party.
Yeah.
For which, at last, we have to reaffirm our support to the candidacy of Joseph Nima Boakai. So predicated upon that, we have not been squarely working with the mainstream of the party, which has to do with the fraction of the political leader.
Yeah. So because your political leader in person of Mr. Yuri and other folks supported the CDC. And you guys went ahead and thought it wise that it wasn't necessary to support the CDC. You went and support the rescue mission. Since then, you guys had there been any working relationship between you guys and the leadership of the party?
Truth be told, yes, with some leaders to some extent. As you may be aware,
the party chairman went along with you.
Yeah, as you may be aware, the ALP, the All Liberian Party, reached a time in point to make a decision to endorse the then president. But unfortunately, the Youth Congress, after we had series of executive meetings, and we thought at the time I was presiding over the Youth Congress, we had series of meetings, that is at the youth level and even at the national executive level. And the decision reached a point where we were concerned and cognizant of the fact that the political leader and some other actors will have supported the CDC. So coming from a point where over the years, our political leader has considered the then candidate, Joseph President, now President Joseph Nima Boakai as the best alternative for the then pending October 10 election, as the best alternative for the election. We left with no option but to reaffirm our support, because over the years we have criticized the Weah government and we refer to him as an inept. He was, incapable of guiding the state. So predicated upon that, we didn't see the reasons, and there are factors. We thought we saw Weah as the worst disaster that occurred then in the country history. So there was no necessity of us re-electing him. So there was no need of us doing any further action with him.
Yeah, but what your leadership saw that you guys didn't see? Because I'm asking this question, a divided party. The party chairman along with you guys supported the rescue mission.
Okay,
and then the standard bearer along with 30 top officials supported in person of Mr. Heron Costa, in person of Tella Yure and other people. They went ahead and supported the CDC. So why was the division? Why was this division?
Okay, firstly, point of correction. It is unfortunate to hear you saying that some of our top officials of the party supported the CDC.
Yeah, top officials.
Not top.
No, top officials. No.
Let's
get it straight. Let's get it straight. The party, the standard bearer of the party is Mr. Bernard Yuri. Mr. Heron Costa is an executive member.
No, not an executive member.
Okay,
he is a member of the party. He is not an executive member. If he is, then can you state me the position of Mr.
I just don't know, but I thought he was an executive member of the party. What's about Madam Tella Yuri?
She is.
Okay, an executive.
Basically, let me provide a clarity. It is true that we had few executive members that supported the CDC, but not majority.
Okay.
In our party, we have 19 elected position. Of the 19 elected position, majority of those officials that were elected in those positions supported their support to the candidacy of Joseph Nima Boakai, except the political leader, Secretary General, and Tella Yure, who happens to be of the major top faces he's discussing so far that supported the CDC. Now, to the case of Mr. Heron Costa, we have what we call eminent partisan. Costa as one of the eminent partisans of the All Liberian Party. He is not an executive member. Costa has never been any position in our party.
Okay.
Based on the even recent convention that we had, he didn't even contest for any position. Neither he was appointed by the political leader to serve or by the chairman to serve in any capacity.
Yeah, probably
Now,
because he never
another
wanted
thing
to.
is,
Probably
another
because he
thing-
never wanted to.
Another thing is, the most powerful person in every party
Mhm.
is the chairperson. He runs the day-to-day affairs of the party.
Yeah, but he will not be important. He will not be that much important more than a standard bearer.
Except in a case where we were featuring a presidential candidate.
Yes, of
But
course.
unfortunately, we as a party, we didn't feature any
Yeah,
presidential candidate.
when there's
So automatically the chairperson,
Marco, when there's a call on the political party, that call go through the party chairman with 100% confirmation from the standard bearer.
Mr. Kamara,
Yes, sir.
are you cognizant of the fact that the most powerful person in every political party that runs the day-to-day affairs
Yes.
of the party is the chairperson?
Yes, of course.
Then what's the issue?
Yeah, with
If he has the gavel to steer the affairs
Mm.
of the party, then what's the argument about?
Okay, so why is it that the party chairman said that the party was going the rescue mission's way, but the party didn't go the rescue mission way, but rather went the CDC way?
What do you mean by the party?
The entire party now.
No, it is not an entire party. Look, I keep telling you,
Marco,
vast majority of the executive committee
Mm.
of the All Liberian Party supported the rescue mission.
Mm.
So, in as much
Mm.
that the decision makers of the party
Mm.
did not go, vast majority,
Mm.
those that is there any joint resolution? Is there anything that you can point at? Yes, there's a tangible document that one could show signifying the majority
Mm.
body of the All Liberian Party.
Mm.
I mean, affixing their signature to the CDC. No,
there
I'm
was
telling you,
there was
there
no
was a turning point.
there was no turning point
We had-
wherein your segment of the party signed a resolution or agreement joining the rescue mission. There was no sign or signatures to
in
paper.
decision making, whenever vast majority side and support a side,
Uh-huh.
that decision
Mm.
is being considered
Mm.
to be the most favorable decision. Like this, for instance,
Mm.
we are 3 here in studio.
Mhm.
If two of us agree to have this door lock,
Mhm.
and then your co-host
Mhm.
disagree with us, who you really think? Which one of the decision you think will be heard onto?
Two of us decision.
So, well, with the case of the All Liberian Party, vast majority, the rescue mission faction. Now, here's the issue:
Mhm.
the most powerful county,
Mm.
that you and I may consider when it comes to political engagement in Liberia is Montserrat.
Mhm.
It has been considered as the political hub of the country.
Yeah.
The county chair and other counties, officials
Mhm.
supported the rescue mission. Even at the level of the Youth Congress,
Mm.
it will interest you to know that the only person that left back in the Youth Congress is my Secretary General, Vamule Kamara.
Mm.
Except for him,
Mhm.
the rest of the other officials, prominent faces in the Youth Congress supported rescue mission. The only thing we left back was the empty frame. The engine of the All Liberian Party supported, reaffirmed its support to the rescue mission.
Why did you guys support the rescue mission over the CDC?
Thank you.
Mhm.
It is because we thought that was unfit, and he was inept, and he was not capable of leading this country. Look, we are surfacing as president was actually one of the worst disaster that Liberia ever experienced.
Why is this?
Because from all indication, he proves to not be a man that should have been given a gavel. The first failing government since the establishment of Liberia is Weah's regime. In less than a year under Weah's administration, Liberia was labeled as the poorest country in the world. In less than a year, November 18, with reference to that, November 18, 2018, Wall Street Journal rated Liberia as the poorest country in the world. In less than a year, we have met our country growth rate at a rate of 3.5. In less than a year, in less than 4 months, he managed to, our country growth rate depreciate to 0.4. Inflation increased to 28%. In less than a year, instead of putting mechanisms into place that will have chocolate effect on the living standard of our people, he was building condominiums at the detriment of the suffering masses. In less than 5 months, hospitals were striking, nurses were striking down, hospitals were closing down. So that alone shows.
So
that,
you care to name some of those hospitals that were shut down?
I mean, you saw the Phoebe hospitals. Nurses were protesting here and there.
In less than 5 months.
Oh yeah, it happened. Even at JFK, it happened. These were things we were experiencing.
One may attribute to an inheritance that he inherited such a system.
When I told you that we have met our country growth rate at 3.5, and in less than 4 months, the country growth rate dropped to, GDP dropped to 0.4.
And I think that's the same thing we are already experiencing in the Buccaneers administration. Don't you think so?
Like I told people, void of Baka being president today, the worst of Baka since his existence in governance is the best of we are in governance.
You can restate that.
The worst of Baka.
The worst of Baka.
The worst of Baka in governance is the best of we are in governance.
So, that is degrading the former president.
I'm not degrading him, but that's the reality. If you want us to do a comparative analytical survey on that, we can. Back by facts. Let me tell you something. We made a playboy, and trust me, can never be made president again in Liberia.
He's coming back in 2029. So
he's coming out,
and the failures of the Buckeyes regime will make him to be re-elected
again. Like I said, all will not be roses. We are cognizant of the fact that there will be challenges. There will be constraints along the way. But even as that, it won't amount to the performance of WIA's administration. Because as you may be aware, there are made steps. Oh yes, in Baka's administration, there have been made steps, but the level of differences or the roadmap, what is being gave, is signified and it speaks volume that at the central point, the Baka administration means better than what we were witnessing in WIA's administration. Take for instance, except any of you want to prove me wrong, since the ascendancy of Baka administration, I cannot or when last or heard or listening to news, people making reference to issue that has to do with armed robbery. The police have been at their best. The security were. There are some level of changes. Except any of you want to prove me wrong.
So it was rampant during the
It was very rampant. I mean, even the issue that has to do with hijacking. When motorcyclists used to be very, rampant parading in the street, hijacking things from people. These things have been, gradually being put into place. So that's just one side of the performance, right? The LMP is working. Truth be told, they may not be at their best 100%, but there are some level of differences, there are some level of changes. Even in terms of precedent, Baka's administration is trying to bring some level of precedent, at least for which people may have some level of that, hey, this is not meant for personal usage. There are things that the administration is trying to put into place on which public actors will be able to know, to differentiate what is, their belonging and what is meant for public. Actions have been taken against state actors that have not been acting in accordance of expectation, like the case of the LDEA. You and I witnessed the WIA administration, where Samuel Toy came with the so-called mop-up exercise. From all indication, after all of the investigation were made, after all of the efforts the SEC, the GAC made, and then from all indication, facts were proven that the mop-up exercise was messed up. And then people came recommending that Samuel Toy should be fired. Was there any action taken? That's just alone signify the difference between Baka's administration, the readiness, willingness in Baka administration to fight or to work or cooperate in things that will maintain sanity in the state, than the way WIA's administration was proceeding.
So there haven't been that much, to you now, there haven't been that much misstep in the Buckeyes administration since they took over for the past close to 4 months.
Like I said, do not get me wrong. Some are there are missteps. Like I said from the onset, all will not be roses. In as much as you interacting with group of people, and most especially taking a taking over a country wherein everything is at first. Everything has been run on its embryonic formation. It will take graduality. But even in the process of graduality, there are things, differences that we've seen. There are some comparative differences that we can make emphasis or reference on that we were not seeing in WIA's administration, for which I can confirm to you that with that, there will be huge difference positively than that of WIA's.
Okay, let's go back to the All Liberian Party. I don't know, since the election of President Boakai, and you guys were in the rings, supported, and you guys put your neck on the line in supporting the rescue mission. What have been some of the benefits that you guys have received from this government? Because it was a point in time where you guys disagree with your own political leader and top hierarchies within the party. It became a divided political party. People wanted you guys to go and support the CDC. There was some cash put on the floor to convince, to coerce you guys. But you guys refuse and say, okay, we'll continue with the rescue mission, because this music has been sung in our ear for the past 5 years that the WIA's administration had failed the Liberian people. So there's no need for us just joining the WIA administration. We'll go the Boakai's way. What have been you guys' personal benefits since the Boakai's administration took over?
Oh, frankly, thank you. Like many a times I hear people saying politics is about interest, and which is true. Basically, the interest of politics, I see it from 3 different standpoints. That is the interest of the country, which happens to be the interest of the vast majority, the interest of your political actor, and the interest of your individual desire. Yes, it is true. There were offers given us. We were offered prior to the election, void of the package. The Youth Congress, void of the whole package that was presented to the party. We, as a Congress, we were given separate offer.
By who?
The finance minister and other stake actors.
Okay, that's
Samuel Tuwe.
So what
they were prior to even the 2023 election, even the 2020, we were also given huge sum.
How much?
And I was part of a deal.
How much?
I'm coming. Then in 2020, I as an individual, I was given an offer that worth up to 5,000 with other packages.
Just to support the CDC.
In 2020,
just to support
the deal that took Bentopa and Poka Rabos to CDC. I was part of the deal. We were 9. Of the 9, only 2 of us could have, maintain our integrity.
So you mean they were bought?
Oh yeah, the guy sold out for pocket change, which I think I can never do.
And that is
part of all of the constraint.
That is grave. That is grave allegation.
I was part of the DR challenge. Any of them to form in, I guess they even live right next around this place. So if they want to argue this, they can come to the studio for us to argue. I have facts to back this up.
So when you guys, you are saying that Mr. Tuwe and other folks, like the leg of coaching,
to not go. I don't want us going back and back on this. Senator Daba Vapla of Grand Cape Mal County came at us. The day that we reaffirm our support to the rescue mission, it was the day the finance minister and others were expecting budget from the Youth Congress of the All Liberian Party. Prior to us heading at the rescue headquarters, that very day, that early morning, my phone was back and back,
ringing,
because of the budget that they were expecting from us. So we come a long way.
So they were expecting budget from you guys to give you to submit to them for
to
you
pre-finance all of our activities and to ensure that we join them to see how best we will have canvas to have we are.
Yeah, but somebody can say you guys were also financed by the rescue mission to jump them. And not just one way. The rescue mission too could have coerced you guys financially.
Commissioner Patrona is my living witness. Even the banner that we use to reaffirm our support to the rescue mission was financed by me. Commissioner Patrona is my living witness. He was on a scene when I took off money from my pocket. I repeat, He was on a scene
Mm.
when I took off money from my pocket
Mm.
and financed a banner I will use on the of our reaffirming. I mean, for heaven's sake, to have a thought that the rescue mission gave us fundings to reaffirm our support, I mean, sounds comical. That is, if anybody would think that way, how can an institution that beta bus sellers, paper riders, were rallying 5 cents, 2 cents in order to protect their votes, who even locals and give us a cent when they didn't even have resources to even when we didn't have much to even, I mean, support our poor washers. Where isn't the ordinary Liberians that even generated resources in order to pay our poor washers? And you really think that the rescue mission had money to give us to in order to, I mean, reaffirm our support?
Yeah, but Marco,
possible?
I think it was an alliance by you guys and joining the rescue mission. It was something that you guys needed to benefit one way or the other. Have the party chairman been successful in at least receiving something, or you guys that joined the rescue mission, have there been any person from the All Liberian Party angle that have received an appointed position?
Frankly, I'm not a spokesperson of the entire party. I'm the spokesperson of the Youth Congress.
Youth Congress. Let's focus on the Youth Congress.
Thank you. Basically, we managed, after we reaffirmed our support to the rescue mission, we managed to have gone in 12 counties to campaign. I mean, in 12 counties. And at the time in point, we were even making self-sacrifices to ensure that we reach to some of those counties. And even here in Montserrado County, we were using our personal resources, using our own logistics, our mobiles to ensure that we reach out to people. I mean, appear on stations, have radio engagement, attack forum engagement with people out of our own will. I mean, out of our own will. But it is unfortunate that since after the election, not any of us from the Youth Congress have been given a sweeping job.
And that's so
that's
so frustrating, though.
And it hurts. It hurts. Yes, it is true that we've been told that we should wait, but I must be frank with you. It is very painful.
And you guys have you guys have a mock art because
I'm coming. It is heartless, unsympathetic. I mean, unwarranted on their path that they will be telling us to be patient-minded when in fact, why they telling us to be subjected to waiting, or why they are subjecting us on a waiting list, but yet still hiding behind the CSA or so-called head count, but at the same time incorporating folks from their institutions.
Yeah, but you guys are you guys are not that relevant. So probably that's why you haven't been
relevant in what sense?
In what sense about contributing to the Unity Party? You guys, there wasn't much done by you guys. According to them, what is this party called ALP that will come and we should look at? There have been some position given. You see the MDR is benefiting immensely. You see the guy Akko is benefiting immensely. This Garakim Appleton political party, they are all benefiting immensely, but ALP, I think there's not much.
Since the day President Joseph Numa Boakai surfaces as candidate, presidential candidate in Liberia, no political party, I repeat, no political party have supported financially, morally, have done its best to President Joseph Numa Boakai as compared to the All Liberian Party. Coming down from 2017 to 2022, backed by reference and facts. After the 2017 presidential election, the All Liberian Party was the first party prior, even after the first pronouncement of the first round results. The All Liberian Party was the first political party ahead of NEC, like I said initially, before even NEC would have come with the first official results of the first round. It is the All Liberian Party that came ahead of all of the other parties to have given support to President Joseph Numa Boakai. We didn't just pledge our support to President Joseph Numa Boakai, but financially our political leader, then Honorable Benina Yuri, invested financially in the second round of President Joseph Nyuma Bakar. In fact, almost all of what was used in the second round was pre-financed by my political leader, Honorable Benina Yuri. Now, coming down to the formation of the CPP, I mean, the public can attest to that. On numerous occasions, our political leader, even when other parties were putting their party's agenda on the table, our party, Gamble Hours, our political leader, gave his political ambition out, lay it on the floor for President Joseph Nyuma Bakar, then in the CPP. Now, you remember when the CPP was at its best? The ALP, as an institution, have an official endorsement program 2 years ahead of the 2023 presidential election. We endorsed the candidacy of President Joseph Nyuma Bakar then. One of the programs was held in Kakata. Right? And void of that, there were a series of programs, even within the CPP on numerous occasions, do the background check. When my political leader was interviewed, he had press conferences projecting President Joseph Nyuma Bakar as the best suited alternative.
Yeah, but part of the reason one may argue that you've not been given job, it's not just giving people job just because you want to satisfy or please them, right? But it should come with in terms of qualification and competence. How prepared are your guys that you're opting for possible appointment by the president?
My guys are prepared. I have very well prepared and competent, youth leaders that can deliver to everyone's expectation. I have them.
Yeah, but are you guys still hopeful or you are becoming disenchanted? Which one?
Hope. We are somewhere somehow hopeful. I'm coming. We are somewhere somehow hopeful.
I'm asking this question.
I'm coming. We are hopeful in terms of stratification, basically somewhere somehow, not more of as we are being.
I think that you guys need to go back to your political and apologize. Because
we were never
through him, you guys could have benefited something.
I'm coming.
I think there is need that you go back to Mr. Yuri. Say, Mr. Yuri, we are sorry for
Mr. Yuri.
Now, you guys, I come in Ishmael. You guys who have benefited, if you guys who have benefited from this government, that after we have left our political party, after we have left our political leader, disagree with him, and we come to the rescue mission, and the rescue mission have one way or the other shown us that yes, what you guys did is the reward that we are rewarding for what you did by that time, by staying with us. But there hasn't been any reward, and now you guys have been left in the ring, and nothing to point out. You guys have been mocked at by other people, even the folks from the CDC, the folks from other political parties like the NNC. They are mocking you guys for supporting the Unity Party, and the Unity Party is not helping you guys in any way. There is need that you go back to Mr. Yuri and apologize.
Let's get an issue clear. I think it is an affront, not just to me, not just to my team and I, but it is an affront to our family. If one would tell us to apologize to Mr. Yuri, in as much we are family heads, we have our families, we have people we cater to, and then you're telling me for taking a rational decision, a decision that we made out of conviction at our ages, to tell me that we should be subjected, we should make a decision based on the conviction or desire of our political leader. After all of the constraints we've been going through, when we are cognizant and we have been seeing the happiness of our state, the turmoil that the state was in, and then after which we made such a decision that we think was best suited for the Liberian people. At this moment, to apologize to my political leader, I see that to be an affront.
And that seems that the internal rank within your party is far from ending, because the elections, are over.
We will settle our Indo differences.
How soon? Because
we will settle our Indo. Void of our party. Politically, the country is quiet. for now.
Mm.
Except you want to disagree with me. How many political parties, or name the political party that you really been seeing settling their internal differences, ranging down from the ruling establishment going down to opposition? There has been no institution. So politically, all of the political houses that you know in Liberia are yet a bit quiet. So everyone is like observing the process. Everyone is like giving a chance to the administration.
No, the CDC is not quiet. The CDC is back to back on the regime.
Back to back, they are making unnecessary noise among themselves.
No,
no, it's
not among themselves. It's that they've been in the business of calling administration to order that they have series of press conferences to have their.
And you're saying the CDC have been back to back. Have you been following their internal challenges with the other parties that they in alliance with? Like I told you, I don't want us discussing the CDC because the same issue that I'm facing in my party ALP is the same issue CDC is facing. The last time I checked, MPP is at war with the CDC. The Benda's Blue Party, I call them PLP. They have not been too good with the CDC. So otherwise, all of the political parties have not been yet at their best. So the entire country is like a bit quiet.
They are still recovering from electoral turmoil.
That's what I'm saying. So even us, at the level of the All Liberian Party, we settle our indoor differences.
Were you guys shocked? The folks from the ALP, were they shocked for Bwaka's winning the election? Do you think so?
For us, we were not shocked because from all
I'm talking about the guys from the other angle.
You see, sometimes when you allow your emotion to play on you, so I'm with the conviction, right, that the decision made by my political leader and others were not so desiring, but it is because emotionally they thought that everything should just be in a way that it should work. If not, perhaps then it shouldn't be others. Okay. So I see it. Because to be frank, I really didn't see anything after all of the investment, after all of the time spent, for which at the time meaning our political leader will have, distanced himself from what he has struggled for, which have led us to where we are today. He gambled and jeopardized our efforts.
Yeah, but they push
at
for
the time meaning.
They push
the time.
I think you should have been one of the guys to support your political party.
Why?
Because
but I support my political party.
I come in, Marco, because they were pushing for the vice presidency, and any political party pushing for the vice presidency, you as a supporter, you as a partisan, that should be your key role in standing with your political party in this position.
And whom did we present to be a vice presidential candidate? Costa?
Yeah.
There was no time in the All Liberian Party projected any vice presidential candidate.
His name was on the list.
There was no time
for a possible.
Hello?
For a possible.
Hello?
Yeah.
There was no time in point. The All Liberian Party projected anybody for it.
We interview Mr. Yuri, and he according to him, I'm a very asking that question. According to him, he said that the All Liberian Party we want to be in leadership. And by that time they had the vice presidency slot.
Was there any pronouncement made?
I come in now, Marco. By that time the vice presidency slot wasn't yet occupied by anybody. And Mr. Bwaka had a time having yet selected a vice presidential candidate. So they put forth their nominee, which was Mr. Costa, and pushing him forth. Now, I think, Marco, that should have been one of your greatest, happiness.
I repeat again.
Yeah.
I think if my party, the All Liberian Party, will have produced a vice presidential candidate in a process, will have been worth doing. But again, I repeat, there was no time in point. We as a political institution reached a decision of producing a vice presidential candidate.
So it was
what I do remember is that all of our meetings, in fact, even the day we call all of our candidates, there was no time in point anyone disclosed to us in any. I repeat, let any executive member of the All Liberian Party form in and prove me wrong. there was no time in point in our executive meetings that anyone disclosed to us that ALP was projecting or was to produce a any election. No time in point. But apparently, they never reached when the party, I mean, could come to make that decision. No time. Let's move on now to some issues. I think if they issued about the internal wrangling within the All Liberian Party, if the political leader is still considering you as the acting youth chair of the party, because I'm asking you this question. I know from what I speak, I don't think you are no longer considered as the youth chair of that political party. Thank you. Again, like I said, I am an elected official of the All Liberian Party Youth League.
When last you went to the party headquarters?
When last? Like I said, since election, we got you with election.
When so
I think it was just a couple of months ago.
Okay, so,
Where is your headquarters?
We have our party headquarters in Nepe Town Road.
Yeah.
Because I'm asking because that portion of the party was the one that endorsed the former president.
The former president.
Again, like I said, not in favor of the party. But a few group of situational opportunities.
And at the party headquarters.
Anybody can have program at the party headquarters.
Such a program, such an elaborate program.
Even you, if you want to have
such an elaborate program.
Hello. Anybody can. I mean, once you are a member of the political institution, I mean, you are entitled to the premises of that institution.
You know, following from me on this, your part of, you know, a discussion. I want to, you know, to get a point here. You saying that you are the acting. What's your current position?
Acting youth chair.
Acting youth
I
chair.
repeat again. I am an elected official. Hold on.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
am an elected official of the All Liberian Party Youth League. I was elected as the national vice chair for administration for the All Liberian Party, and currently I am the acting youth chair. Now let's get things clear here. Was I expelled from the ALP? These are facts we need to establish. If I will not be considered as an official of the All Liberian Party, the question is, was I expelled from the All Liberian Party? Can any of you answer my question? No, but I mean, you people thinking that I'm not. So the question is, was I expelled? Did I resign from the All Liberian Party? Did I resign my position from the party? Was I expelled? These are questions we should be asking each other. I was not expelled. I didn't resign my position. I didn't resign, my membership from the party. So in as much that any of these actions were not taken, I am a legitimate member and an official of the All Liberian Party. Back by the convention I was held in Banga. I was.
Where is the next convention?
Where will be the next convention?
When will be? Is there any time set up for a next convention?
Will be held probably in 2026.
2026.
Yeah.
All right. So
or 2027.
Okay. That transition from the issue about the ALP. Let's focus on the 2029 election. I'm asking you this question specifically. I want to know your position on the opposition. We have the Alternative National Congress of Mr. Edison Cummings. We have the Coalition for Democratic Change of Mr.
Do an analytical survey on the politics that has been practiced in Africa, that has been run on 3 pillars. Except for Liberia, our pillar is quite different from the 3 pillars that the African politics has been run on. Liberia, our political structure or politics has been practiced based on 2 pillars: sentiment and sympathy.
Mm.
In Liberia, when sympathy has been built with you, my brother, trust me. If even Jesus Christ enter within your competitor or Prophet Muhammad enter within your opponent, no one can stop you from winning. That's how sympathetic our people are in Liberia. Case reference, the case of Charles Taylor. You kill Mama, you kill my pa, I will vote for you. Truth be told, Mr. Alexander Kumis is not actually a bad person. He is a good political species. But there is a saying about him that which has damaged him. And trust me, if even Jesus was to enter him, or whoever was to enter the mortal being within the physical flesh of Kumis, I don't think Kumis could become a president in Liberia because of the sentiment that the Liberians have built against him. Example, like I was saying, the case of Taylor, right? You kill Mama, you kill Mama, I will vote for you. Okay, you have another case study of where in my political leader is being considered as one who fought war, and I challenge anyone. And Bernard, you didn't fight war in Liberia because there's no pictorial evidence, or there's no evidence, or there's no link that can attach you to our civil war. But yes, still when you get in the street, the only thing you hear about it is Honorable you fought war. There are no reasons that many will give you for which they can have. Even in 2017 when he contested, all of the things you could hear was you fought war. But the question is there any fact to prove that yes, you fought war? Was you seen shooting? Was you killing? Was you seen raping? No. But he's been labeled as a warlord. On what ground? The role you was played because of the government. He was then working for the government, not for himself. But now, because of the sentimental aspect or expression or lineage with our people, today, UA is being considered as warlord. But if we were to consider facts that yes, UA fought war, is he the only one that fought war? No. Prince Johnson has been awarded today as a warlord. And in fact, he's been awarded simply because he fought war. Today, Nimbayans will tell you that Prince Johnson killed because of that we were electing consistently. Until William Doe recently went in Nimba saying that I too have come for you people to award me. I fought for you people because of sympathy. Prince Johnson consistently is being considered as the godfather of Nimba. But on the contrary, it is being used as sentiment against another person. Another case now of sympathy of Liberian politics. I have used two cases, right? The Taylor and the Prince Johnson. And the sentimental aspect, another sentimental aspect is Kumis. Kumis said this is a lifestyle I've struggled with. Whether he's developed.
Are you guys continuing on this lifestyle issue?
I'm coming. I'm just making reference. And it is because of that utterance today Kumis is nowhere in Liberia. It is because of that utterance Kumis political career died in Liberia because of that utterance. Except you may not want to agree. But do your survey after this sitting. Get out and have a physical engagement with people. You will realize that it is because of that saying Kumi political future died in Liberia. Like it or not, that's a reality. Take for instance, then in opposition, there was no opposition leader that came vast as compared to Kumis when we're in opposition. Except the Jowia. Kumis is the only political leader prior to election that visited almost all of the 15 counties in Liberia to have political engagement. But the more he was engaging, the more his popularity was diminishing. Kumis had more engagement than any political actor in Liberia except for George Weah. Other than him, Kumis had more engagement. But in all of his engagement, the more he was engaging, the more his popularity was diminishing. In fact, that is they just ended election from 7% to 1%. That alone speaks volume. Now, if you were to interact, you are to interact with the voters, you know what they will tell you about Kumis? Whether it's developmentally oriented, they won't see anything more to tell you about Kumis. All they will tell you is Kumis are gay. I can't vote for Kumis. Kumis are gay. Simply because he said, I struggle with the lifestyle. Because of that utterance, Liberians have built sentiment against Kumis. That he's such a person that should not be given a state, you should not be trusted. Do a survey. After the sitting, get out there and interact with people.
Let's focus.
Ask them, will you vote for Kumi 2029? They will tell you, say, no, Kumi is again.
Okay, we are. What's about we are? We are saying he's coming back in the 2029 election, and he thinks he's coming back with a force to unseat the Unity Party. And I don't know if the Unity Party, if Mr. Bwaka will still be contesting in the upcoming election, or it will be the vice president that will be contesting on the Unity Party ticket. Because if the vice president is going against Mr. Weah, it becomes another real political game in our country, because there's a difference between Bwakai and Kun than Weah and Kun. So you should know that if Weah is going against Kun, it's different from when Bwakai was going against Weah.
Okay.
There are two different things we are talking here.
Quite understood. Thank you. The first thing is, it is Mr. Weah right, a constitutional right to contest 2029. And I wish to see him actually on a ballot paper. Let me be very clear with you. A Weah cannot be cannot resurface as president anymore. With the case scenario of as to whether it would be Mr. Bwaka or President Bwaka on a ballot on 2029 or Vice President Kun. Let me be frank with you. Even if it is Kun, Weah cannot surface. Now,
you guys narrowly won him. So
that's true.
And all of the missteps that you guys will go through
speaks volume.
All of the missteps that you guys will go through from now till the end of the climax.
The working with speaks volume. The recent ended election in Nimba County can tell you that Kun could be a Kun is actually destined and prepared to be a presidential candidate for 2029. I can defeat Weah. The recent ended senatorial by-election in Nimba speaks volume. You saw the challenge between he and the Yolube of the county. What happened? Because the people have seen him as their whipping boy. They have seen that level of selflessness, that level of humility in him. They left with no option but to dance along with the stone. So the first thing is, the past president is a man of a humble upbringing. He has a good working relationship, except perhaps people that have not interacted with him. I remember during the campaign when we were traveling from county to county, the way in which certain people were even treated, the vice president never allowed himself to be treated in that form and manner. Even to this level, he has never allowed power to use it. He has remained a kind of humble person that he was known to be. So basically, because of that, and the level of differences and efforts he has been making, and from the angle of the central administration, it is not too much of talking. The Weah's administration was focusing on talking too much, on lies, on building on lies, contradiction, and deceptions. Except for this administration that is focusing on doing tangibles instead of talking. So it is the work that speak volume. We still have years to go. The Bwaka's administration has more to do. So it is the doings of those of this administration that will speak for 2029. Okay. Until then, I think the administration needs to focus on doing things that will have trickle-down effect on the living. That when we reach to 2029, we speak volume. I think what else we should be doing now is to conscientize the government to do the needful things, to do things that are expected, to do things that we can pick for, to do things that we can advance for, things that we thought was not proceeding rightly, and things for which we as administration to bring in Bwaka administration. I think these are things we should be focusing on for now and lay the issue of 2029 aside, because we have, time, we still have years ahead of us. So if we are to focus on 2029, it means we will not be able to deliver. We will not be able to do the workings of the people. We will not be able to reach the expectation of the people. So I think it is prudent for now. We focus on governance instead of discussing politics. It is no time for politics. It is
Okay.
time to deliver.
Okay.
It is time to govern.
That's the voice of Mr. Marco Vanni. He's the Imbato youth chair of the All Liberian Party. He's here with us this morning in the Punch Breakfast Show. He's making his case this morning. So we'll take some calls on 0778 685 699, 0778 685 699, or 080561 644 080561 644 are the lines that you can call this morning. You will be live with us on the Punch Breakfast Show with me, Boakai Amara, along with Ishmael Logan. Marco Tamavani is our studio guest this morning. Let's go and take our first caller here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Your name is joining us from?
I'm Comrade Stephen Yimpan calling from Johnsonville this morning. I'm serving as the social services chairman for social services on the All Liberian Party.
Okay, so we have Mr. Vanni in studio. Are you in support or against? Which one?
First of all, let me say good morning to Comrade Vanni, your comrade Yimpan.
Okay.
Yeah, what's up? Good morning, Comrade.
Comrade, thank you this morning. I enjoy your speech, and that's true, Mr. Ureke, the youth of the All Liberian Party, because we struggle for this power today. Joseph Boakai has spoken. We should to be appointed and in position, but because of the service injuries of Ure, and the Costa, that while let us today down, that they can look at us, we can be recognized by the United Party.
Okay.
When they fire on Mr. Vanni, when we started the struggle, your level inside the struggle, that's on there. When we saw the kind of get up, when Comrade Vanni and Siafa Kane were telling us, hey, this is how the people want to treat us. When we started that way, your level today, you are made to take over because the paper said they want. So that what we into.
All right. Thank you so much. Let's take another person from this line here quickly. Good morning.
Morning.
Yes, sir. Your name is joining us from?
Thank you. I'm Bill Moses Kega. I'm the youth chair of Mosferado County of the All Liberian Party. Let me say good morning to my chairman, Chairman Marco Vanni.
Yeah, welcome, Bill.
I'm sorry I was to be with my chairman in studio, but due to certain conditions, I was support. Again, let me appreciate Chairman Marco for exposing what all he has said in representing the views of the entire youth league. In fact, the chairman is not in battle with anybody. The decision for us to, the chairman is not in battle, so for you to have said the chairman is in battle.
You guys haven't been recognized. You guys are not being recognized again by the political leaders. So I don't know why you guys you're just getting tired when you're not passing around with when you're not being recognized by the party.
We are recognized. In fact, the executive committee of the party later on during the second round unanimously endorsed the decision to have, endorse the rescue mission. Chairman Tiro Momo and the rest of the executive members are currently with the rescue mission. That is the reason.
Yeah, but you guys did respected the head of the party. When you call on you to support the Coalition for Democratic Change, and he think that supporting his Coalition for Democratic Change could have been beneficial to every one of you guys, most especially the Youth League. But now here is it that you guys supported the rescue mission, and up to now, nobody, even a sweepy job, you guys have benefited from this rescue mission. But you still continue pressing the United Party, pressing the Boakai administration. Why you guys still to benefit?
So this is our point. We are disappointed, but we are not deterred because we are strongly convinced that most of the people that are making a decision do not know the historicity of how our pledge of support came in. We are not just we've never just joined the rescue mission in a damn minute. We have been rescue mission from 2020 to 2019 up to 2023. So we are strangers within the mission. We are now coming out to remind those people that are making a decision that there is a need that they find a space at the governance
so,
level.
Man, so now you guys were all doing this because of job. It's all about getting job. That's why you guys did it. From your statement, you can notice that you guys were in this because of job.
No, we need to be appreciated. We need to be appreciated.
We'll to write a letter officially appreciating you guys.
No, not writing a letter. But our chairman in there is more than qualified to be a minister within the government.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. It's all about job seeking.
So you think we'll just fight with our chairman? Well, we and our chairman travel across the country to ensure that this rescue mission becomes a reality. And you telling us that we should just sit and watch and continue to sing songs?
My man, y'all keep singing song, man. The raffle time will reach.
So again, we remain with the rescue mission. We support the presidential, but we are also reminding them that they need to be magnanimous to us as a youth league of a party that take a decision at the critical point to go against the political leader.
Until you can go and apologize to the political leader, you will not get job, general. I'm not allowed to you.
No, the political leader we are already spoken with him. He endorsed a decision. The decision was in a rightful way, and Liberia is proceeding well. What the political party need to do now is to appreciate all of our efforts. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's take another person. Good morning. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yes, sir.
Let me say good morning to your studio guest. Well, this is your Prince Polake, and I phone from District 5, respectively.
Welcome.
I started attentively. I listened to the zest from your studio guest. He spoke well, and the both of us share this. We share similar way of speaking on critical national issue, and he was very fast and very straight to the issue. If you look at all Liberian party, I think the decision they make in that critical movement was the best of all decisions to have saved their face and the face of the party. Because you can't tell me for so many years, more than 4 or 5 years, we were here flagging the wrongdoing of President Weah. We were here agitating, calling on President Weah to do the needful. And President Weah just Monday performed for their political leader now to be coercing them to go and support the scene of President Weah. It was something, I think it was a misstep on the part of the political leader. And more besides, ANC, I'm from the angle of the ANC, is where I have problem with Kumi, and I can't forgive me till Jesus Christ come. You can't tell me you were one of the voices around here. You have so many recommendations, and CDC everything down, rather. And you are one of the loud voices here. You spoke on critical issue. Last minute of time in the run-up for you to say there have been a recommendation given to the two persons that are in the run-up. Anyone accept the recommendation that the one you work with? Tell me the CDC that you quote-unquote was supporting on cover during the run-up. You don't know that the Desmond performed. In conclusion, he gave the two pedal for which our politics are treading on. And you see the thing about sympathy. Somebody asking Prince, why you are supporting Mr. Alexander Kumi? I supported him because the problem we Liberians were facing or are facing is our economy. So Mr. Kumi coming from the background of his economist, got a degree, and he has resuscitated on so many occasions, Coca-Cola and what have you. So I feel if he comes and he takes over, he will do.
Sorry. Let's take another person from this line. Good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, sir. Your name is joining us from?
I want to say good morning to the powerful chairman in studio, in presence of Chairman Marco Tamavani. This is G. Ellis Research to you, acting Secretary General of the All Liberian Party.
Are you the acting Secretary General of the Youth League?
Yes, the Youth League. Sorry.
All right, go ahead now. You're live.
Okay. I actually appreciate the words from the chairman this morning. Everything he said was actually true. I remember a time where we were in certain critical conditions to the point the CDC wanted us over. And I told you, I said, Chairman, you need to go to bed. Before you go to bed, ask God what will really happen, because there were offers that came to us. And he said, we cannot accept this offer. We need to do the way, or go by the way of the people. So I was like, wow. So let's go to bed and see. The message is not informed there. I think he can even do it. So he said, no, we can't agree. And the second offer that came from Muka, we were supporting Muka on the media and propaganda team. Muka said, Jonathan Koyo want to meet you guys. And he denied. So today, for us to see the delay, but we are still very patient as the chairman always said.
You'll be very patient until everything finish. We're gonna be patient. The people that feel getting job then
that is leader. That is what we call leader. That's what we call leader. So I appreciate you, chairman. Thank you.
All right, thanks so much for calling in 077 865 699 0778. Let's take another person here this morning. Good morning. Your name, where joining us from?
How you doing, Chief?
I'm doing pretty well. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. This is Pascal Davis.
Welcome, sir.
Yeah. So, firstly, I mean, it is the right in Liberian to associate and disassociate. You know, there are several reasons why sometimes people will have to leave from one party to another party.
Mm-hmm.
And so for people make decisions, I don't sometimes question the decisions they make, because sometimes, most times, like decisions that are made politically are made because of self-gain. And so, I mean, I think our government did well. People just voted us. Not that we were not doing well, because you were here when people were seeking some, they were not in road, they were not in hospital, they got free school and all kind of stuff. So it tells you that the president was actually doing well. But sometimes in Liberia, people are actually after themselves. And so, I mean, we hold them for the decisions they made. They didn't support us. It's up to them. And somebody was trying to criticize and castigate Mr. Cummings. That's what made Mr. Cummings a leader. And so if he didn't like a decision, but then it was not a decision taken unilaterally. It was the executive committees of the ANC that took a decision. And it is the vast majority of people. I don't know whether you even understand what democracy is. And so when vast majority of the executive members take decisions, that decision is binding on the party. And so Mr. Cummings have to act in the confines of the law governing that institution. So sometimes you people will get support to people for no reason. I know my brother is from Nimba. You know that Nimba solidarity before. Who has come from Nimba? Prince Johnson has come from Nimba. Who told
they made up for Nimba.
No, I know what I'm talking about. Somebody said George will have performed that money. So that's always been his.
But Pascal, they may outlaw. Marco in studio is saying that George Weah is not in the upcoming election. He's not somebody that people can depend on to be elected in the country again.
Well, we should be focused on what the government currently has to offer us. George Weah is sitting and he's observing. He's not the point of discussion currently. But I don't know why people are so worried. If George Weah will not contest in 2029, it's for the good of some of the politicians and political actors. If you will contest, it should be. So it tells you that George Weah is so popular. You saw the elections in 2023. It was just less than that George Weah has to lose the election with. So you still have to follow. There are people who still feel intimidated, who still feel under pressure because George Weah has got the. If somebody will not contest, but I'm asking, you made somebody who is 79 years old president. One more about a man who is just 56 or 57 years. So come think about it.
Okay,
so
Pascal.
This is the irony, right? So I mean, let us forget about George Weah. Let us saw what is currently unfolding in our country. But thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Pascal. We hope to have you here one of these days so you can at least talk about the CDC also on this platform. We have somebody from the diaspora. Let's cross over to the WhatsApp line. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. My name is Douglas. Thank you for the program, man.
Thank you, Douglas. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Look, I think they voted the CDC out because they were not listening to the people. The people were saying, look, let me tell you, you can have all of these things, like rice prices going up and down. That will happen because we are now in control of those things. But you listen to the security of the people. The security of the people, the all of these little things that you can do as a government. If you don't listen to what the people saying, it will be problem. But you can't only on projects that you yourself think that they are fine. For example, water was not in the city. These are very essential things. More Ali, what he doing these few days, he put in the water. These are the things that the people want. Central Monrovia was not having water for decades.
But citizens are saying they don't want to run the pipes. More, I only open the pipes. They run the pipes. So I don't know what's the boast about.
My brother, 2014, I was in Monrovia. They were running that pipe from Webling there all the way to Jacobtown. They were running that big pipe. I was there, 2014. So it's not their projects. These projects will come from government to government. No project.
My observation is that once something is in a country, you guys will not claim that. But once something is good, and you guys always inherit it and say, yes, this is what we are doing. All of the bad things that are happening, all that job we are there, when it surfaces, you always say, no, we're not part of all that job we are there. But when it comes to the good thing, you always claim it and say, yes, we are the one doing it. So they're just about politics now.
My brother, George Weah was here with us. If anything, we will be the first people to praise George Weah. Some of us got jobs in Ethiopia because of George Weah football in 2001, 2002. Everybody here knew Weah in the European League.
Okay.
Look, it's not because of that. It's because Weah underperformed. He don't know the job.
All right.
If the Liberian people make another mistake and put Weah there again with those, look what happening. The Omer is traveling, bringing in companies. These companies are the people that can give jobs. But if you say you just passing these different things, jolly and things, these things will not bring in companies.
Okay, thank you so much, my brother. Thank you for calling in from the diaspora. Let's take 2 more calls, then we'll cross over to Marco. Good morning, welcome. Good morning, welcome. Your name is joining us from.
Let me say good morning for the listener following the broadcast. My name is William Coffey, and I studied this position from the district that is headed by the dictator, Monrovia district, Mosiki.
You are referring to the lawmaker as a dictator?
He is a dictator. The all referred to the youth in general in this university as a criminal. A young man responded to it yesterday. He grabbed the Congress, full Congress at the North, operating without any judgment.
Okay.
So that Congress is becoming serious dictator in our district, and we rise up to him. So to the issue, I appreciate the Congress in studio. And the Congress did well, and you guys did well by taking the rightful direction by following the Western nation, because our country was drowning in the hands of CDP. But then that choose the rightful direction, you did not follow Costa, who is a political commercial individual who commercialized everything. That man went for second some of us, he stood behind it, and so then he appealed to the career. But I come in the country, Nicodemus, and leave the country, Nicodemus, nobody even know where is him. So, I appreciate you. The question is that why Joe will come back to the politics so now. Somebody come back, the difference is the difference between Joe and Waka is different from Joe and Kumi. Yes. The difference is that because Joe and Waka, Joe is sitting at the center of power. He has all of the resources that he would have manipulated election results. And when they take the government, they say a lot about it. That is the reason why you cannot see the margin. Why? But I can tell you, it's definitely a Waka fixed just where I'm margin. But because of the ballot touching at the date to some places, and the impact of it led to the margin to be reduced. But for the now would not be the case. Now we will not be at the center of power. The resources that we saw them dishing out here, they will no longer be. So my brother, that case will be very different. You will know.
Okay.
The man people will invite as the winner in this tournament on if that he will contest or bracket or contest again.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Let's take this person, then we'll cross over to Marco. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning. My name is Solomon. I'll call you from tomorrow morning.
Welcome, Solomon.
Yeah, one thing I want to say to the United Party people is that the thing they are Korean, right, saying George Weah canceling on the line, he will not be successful. They just waiting that time because don't mention the report they preach to the people that they were going to bring in job. In fact, they were sitting doing nothing. They needed to be doing something. If they don't bring job for the people there, I tell you, George Weah come back on the line, so we'll still go back for Weah. one thing I want to say, so let me get that at the back of your head.
Okay.
These are the things the people voted them for. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother, for calling in. Thank you. That's Marco, you listen to the calls.
Yeah. So, firstly, we want to say thanks to everyone for following and for partaking on the show. You see, let me start with my guys from the CDC. Single fence is not loyalty. Single fence is not loyalty. Truth be told, it is unfortunate for a guy like Pascal to still be even defending the CDC.
That's his political party.
That's true.
You're not stopping for defending it.
But it is quite unfortunate that you supported an administration for which even your surrounding cannot point at any much more tangibles, even at the central administrative standpoint. So the question is, on which background you keep supporting? Is it that
you know him personally?
You're doing it out of... Come on.
I'm asking, you know
him?
Yeah,
I do know him.
Okay.
I know Pascal. I have seen him. I remember when the NEC was doing her tallying at SKD. He and his guys were there. I used to see him.
Okay.
Very noisy guy. I mean, I love him. He's very energetic, passionate about CDC. But the issue is, like I said, single fence is not loyalty. You see, loyalty comes with responsibility. Loyalty comes with respect. Loyalty comes with value. Loyalty comes with reciprocation. When you are loyal, you are open-minded, except in a case where you chose to be a single fan. Everything that you see, whether wrong, good, you sing praises to everything, except for us. Trust me, we will never, ever, even if the issue of stratification has been done or not, we will never dive into praising it. For Christ's sake, you've been knowing for some of us for a very long time. When even we were cool with Costa, Mr. Costa, there was a time in point when he goes wrong, we used to look in your face and tearing the fire.
Are you loyal to your political leader?
I'm loyal to my country.
Are you loyal to your political leader?
I'm loyal to my country.
So
I'm not loyal to any politician. I'm loyal to my country. I'm loyal to my country.
Okay, so the issue about loyalty, I think citizens are more loyal to their political leader, their party, than any other person, and which, of course, for me, I do love. For a case study, if it was citizens in the shoes that you are in, like, oh, our political party is asking us to, our political leader is asking us to go on the left. We as individuals, we say no, we are going on the right. Citizens will not do that.
Okay.
Because they are loyal to the party, they are loyal to
they respect that they are loyal.
I come in and they respect their political leader, and for such respect, that's why they keep growing. The party keep growing. The party keep expanding.
Not that they are loyal. Not that they are loyal, but because they are bare brains. It is because they were grown into single fencing. The first thing is the case of my political leader and I. We both are now wearing the same shoe. The last time I checked, the best of the Euros, the legs of the Euros, the best of them. I mean, the least of them in the entire 6 years of the WIAS administration, perhaps is the best of my family and I. So that's the first thing. We are now wearing the same shoe. So gone are the days when our political leaders used to make decisions for us. I mean, at this age, I had family. My family is looking up to me to make a decision, a rational decision of the game. They want to allow an individual to make decisions, not even just for me, but for my family, considering the fact that we all are not wearing the same shoe. We do not have the same size of shoe.
It means that
I do not know as to whether the shoe they are wearing is actually, is the size need fit or not. But I should force myself to wear the same shoe? No. I know the constraint I'm facing. I know the challenges that the ordinary masters have been going through. Trust me, I'd rather in any day, at any time, feel free, feel comfortable to do business with a mad person than a stupid person. You know why? Doing business with a mad person, you have the expectation that one day the person could be killed out of madness, because craziness or madness can be killed, but stupidity has no kill. So I'd rather affiliate with a mad person than to affiliate with a stupid person.
What do you mean? Are these when using such words?
Simply because seditions are bare brims. Except I challenge you.
What's the definition?
It's love for you to make use of your diction.
No, because I don't want you probably using a word that.
No, I'm considering your platform.
Yeah. I don't know the word, and I would need to define it.
That's true, but I'm considering your platform. Trust me.
Okay.
I know from which point you're
coming. I don't want you using concept. I don't want you using
from the concept concept of this disco to the time we are heading to. I think I've been very professional.
Yes, of course, I know that.
I know you to be a very professional person, like my co-host. So there will be no way impossible. I will diminish the value that you people have brought to this station at any level. I won't do that. So I'm considering you people from Rise and Show.
Okay, so Marco, if you guys are in the youth league, I'm successful in getting a sweeping job under this administration, is there any other action? Will you guys still support the rescue mission?
If the desire of the vast majority is met, it is not more of me. My concern is the desire of my colleagues and the vast majority of the state. In as much, trust me, in as much things that we campaign, you know, one of the reasons why, with despite all of the mockeries that have been made out of me, I'm not being bothered, because I'm still seeing some level of differences in terms of governance, for which I can boast of.
If you not benefit,
once the interest of the vast majority is met,
on a scale of 1 to 10, if you are asked to rate this government, how much will you rate this government?
6.5.
6.5.
6.5.
Where is it?
So
where is the balance 3.5 going?
Like I said, there are still missteps, and the government is still at this embryonic formation. There are government agencies that have not yet. I mean, there were people appointed to some agencies that have not yet taken full control. There are still internal crisis challenges being faced to agencies and organizations. So basically, the problems that they are facing is being resolved because of those challenges that they are being faced. You have the saga at Notary. There are a few agencies that I will mention: the Notary, the LTA, the NBC, you name those institutions, there are still internal crisis. So those that were appointed to those positions are yet to give their best, their full expectation because of the challenges they are facing. So because of that, while it is true that others are making progress to other ministries and agencies, there are still other ministries and agencies that are not yet been performing because of the crisis that have been facing. So till everything can be laid to rest, and then we see that level of performance at, for now, great. This administration 6.5.
Okay, so the 100 days. How do you see the 100 days? Was it a success or it was just another failure?
Like I said from the onset, it is because of the 100 days. I said there are missteps.
Okay,
the government is trying, but there are some procedure errors, and I live with frustration. Not because. I mean, my frustration is not even more personal about myself. One of the frustration I'm living with is that many of us thought the asset recovery team will have been a help, will have actually bestowed the confidence, the zest, the passion, I mean, the fundamental pillars on which we were riding on or relaxing on to campaign. But unfortunately,
it became another failure.
Yeah, they didn't really perform to some of us expectation. We thought that people would have been accounting the lack of Samuel Twe, the lack of Koji, Magay, you name them, will have been accounting today to the Liberian people. We thought that Samuel Twe will have been, will have accounted to the ordinary masses about the 25 million that he stole from us. Amen. Where is Twe today?
Probably there's more time.
He's still dining and whining.
Probably there's more time.
Let me tell you something. In administration, you know why many times people lose public trust? You know why when it comes to legality, people always lose trust when it comes to our judicial system or the LMP? It is because of the way in which the cases sometimes or actions prolong. Now, whenever due process is not being given to an effect or to a case or action that is to be given due attention, the process of delay lose public trust. It makes people to lose trust. Even if the process is being done rightly, for the fact that in as much at the time the people were expecting things to be done, actions or things were not done as expected. Even if it is being done, alas, the public will not really have trust again in what is being done. For instance, you know why many a times whenever LMP come with their fact findings, whenever they launch investigation in matters, people don't really take issue of such serious is because they prolong with cases. Let's take for instance, we follow the LACC, and during a WIAS administration, the LACC will do all of the necessary things in ensuring that they investigate corrupt cases. But when it comes to the persecution, the MOJ will not be effective. Because of that, it makes the public to perceive that the WIAS administration was not prepared and did not see any reason to actually fight corruption. Because of that reason, in fact, if you were to interact with anybody then in the country, they will tell you that WIAS administration is corrupt because they didn't show any mechanism, they didn't show any sign, they didn't show any level of seriousness that they were prepared to fight corruption. So, whenever action, you know why the issue of LDEA is not being discussed as it should have? It is because of the immediate action was taken by the president. If the president wouldn't have taken that action, by now, you and I wouldn't have even been discussing what we're discussing. The moment I enter in studio, our point of discussion, we will have even forgotten about our point of discussion and focus on the LDEA saga. But the reason why right now you are not paying attention to the LDEA saga, because the president did the needful thing. So in issue of such, whenever action occurs based on the magnitude of the action, you have to restore public trust to calm issue. Because mind you, there are certain things that will happen. The way in which you will launch investigation or action that will taken, that be taken, it will ease the burden, the thought that the people would have had about the central administration will ease it down. Now, there's one of my recommendations I will have for this administration. In order for us to have an effective system that will fight corruption, I think there's a need the government look in. There's a need that the government establish a specialized anti-corruption court that will be, that will deal with only corrupt related activities. Is that criminal code E that is responsible for? No, code C, because code E is for rape related activities. You know, one of the reasons why, and that's one of the reasons which public will not keep trusting us when it comes to persecution, issues that will have to do with issues that will have to do with corrupt related matters. Because whenever, take for instance, I have an issue against the state, I may have done something that will warrant me being punished, right? If my file is being forwarded to the court, mind you, there are more cases already on the docket. The judge in chamber will not forgo the cases that were already on the docket to give priority to the case that have just come in. The process of cases being given or adhered to is like almost like money. Yes, we used to go at the hand pump. First come, first serve. It requires graduality. the judge Ichima have to give attention to the files that were firstly placed on the docket before reaching. So because of the prolonging infighting of those cases, many a time the public will always lose trust in the central administration. So in order for us to have an effective and efficient system that will in battle, that will fight corruption, corrupt related activities, the government need to see a reason to establish a specialized anti-corruption code across the country to see how best we can, how state actors being deterred, to see how best we can set precedent. State actors can actually know what is meant for the state, what is meant for them. Trust me, when that is being done, we'll save many resources from being, stolen from this country.
Okay, let's take 5 calls, then we wrap it up with Marco here this morning. A very fascinating discussion on the Punch Breakfast Show. We can take 5 calls. That's our concluding call with Michael on 0778-665-699. 5 calls on 0778-665-699, 0880-561-644. Take this person here quickly. Good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning to you, studio. Good morning to my able chairman, Bagatama Vani. I joined from a compost zone, Chicken Party, and my name is Mikin Tobal, American chair for the New Belief Party.
Welcome.
Thank you. Brother, let me tell you this. My leader in studio there, Bagatama Vani, is very eloquent and qualified to work in government. We politicians, we all come from hell. Well, we are back out to come to my channel call and give you what belongs to him.
What belongs to him?
But a little job to sustain.
But enough for him is the what belongs to him. Enough for him. Your chairman also, your chairman passing around there begging for job.
No, just do that.
Oh, my man, you make your shit. It look like all of you. It look like all of your job. No, I come in. You have given chance. I will give you the time. You know that other were into the year for job in it. So that why you begging for your bossman to get job, your bossman.
No, there are mistakes. All of government officials making that he qualified the rest some of the mistakes.
So we're putting there.
Yeah, we have to put in to prevent mistakes.
Thank you so much. Let's take this other person. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Mr. Kamara.
Yes, sir. Welcome, Alex.
So just about what my colleague was saying, it sounds like the chairman is begging for jobs.
Now the chairman, but all of you are begging for job.
No, the chairman is one of the most qualified persons you can see as his educational qualification. If you go to the institution, the ALE Zaire University, if you check the Department of Public Administration, he is the #1 student that instructors can boast of. So automatically, he is not begging for after his qualification, and we are seeing people who are going into government, looking at his level, he well deserved in the state and providing reputable or services to the state.
So okay,
the chairman was someone who was for him, using a laser camera, moving around. I remember when the second round came.
Let me just
make it short. We talk about 90% from across the bridge to bring them to District 14 to vote. And provide all of financial.
Yeah, but your brother to vote for your brother to vote for a CDC candidate.
No, it was the second round. I'm talking about the second round.
All right.
The second round, we brought them back to cast the vote. They can attest to that. You get in the district number 15.
All right.
People will attest to that.
Okay.
So that is people that we are talking about to serve this nation.
All right. Thank you so much. Let's take another person. Good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, President.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Welcome, sir.
Okay, this Miracle season.
Okay, Miracle.
Yeah, I listened to a guest. He said, Honorable Samuel 20, they are state party and so on there. You see, the idea is law. Law is not a feeling that you can just go in the morning and say the man is wrong. People say Samuel 12 is wrong. You got to prove it beyond all reasonable doubt.
Sure.
So, you saw what happened to Philabon. And it was the one to quote at the end. What happened? Every put money as a correct thing. They say, oh, if you are wrong, you're person.
So case is not like to say you can just take it the way you want to take it. So you have to take that. You know that the government is not working towards it, but they got to get evidence for that case.
Okay. All right.
So that's my point.
Thank you so much for contributing. We take 3 more calls. 0778 665 699. 0778 665 699. Let's take this person here quickly. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning. This is Abba Kamuka in Kawa.
Welcome, Mr. Kamuka.
So the previous brother is saying the government were around when Samuel 12 said that he put the money in tax. You are dividing it to people. And you listen to the crowd report. Someone came with a report. The report was read that Samuel 12 said he gave Bwaga Kama 5,000. Then they go call Bwaga Kama and say, oh no, that 1,000 give me. Then when you go get the other number, if people call the number get ring. All of these are evidence to hang on Samuel 12. But because people feel that they just won't let him go in a city where against the CDC government. That you know audit, make sure you drag everybody into the cover where they'll be investigated.
Yeah, but that's why the how do you call them? The asset recovery team was set up. But now the asset recovery team has become a failure.
But this is what I'm saying. Everybody will have your own land cross. If you walk on the line, you will saw with Aaron where they got our head or Arthur Johnson. Why do it died? Because what? Liberians don't have the zest. So want to fight against something, they can just put it outside. But to go through it, there are a lot of things behind it. When you want to go there, I say, no, my man, leader, all of the man. When we're in opposition, I mean, you will see it all. So let's forget about that man. You say, oh, but then we'll forget, but then we'll forget about the other.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Abbott, for calling in. We'll take some more calls. 0778 665 699 0880 561 644 is the weekend's edition of the program, the Punch Breakfast Show here on Punch FM 106.7. Let's take this person. Good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, my brother. I'm Eno Gedi, calling from District 3, Mosoralo.
Eno, welcome.
My brother instead there made a scratch on a brilliant point. He made a brilliant point that he scratched on. We all will depend on the asset recovery. Actually, yeah. Look, I surprised this morning that I can't pay his own, I call it voice, FM, and making more talking a criminal that are talking about this morning. He on the talking about he's free passing around here. People lie on him, saying this, that he stole money or he do. Then he moving free in the 6 months. He has not gone nowhere. The entire United Party was lying on him. So that alone shook me. We know you very well. I can't agree. We know you very well. You one of the person here we know when it comes to CDC, when it comes to violence, a lot of things you're dead. But for you to go on first every day morning and start talking to you, so that alone shocking some of us, and we want for Bwaga to really see to it that somebody got be brought to justice, and that then says the full way that the monarchy that they lie on it, and they keep passing around here free.
Okay.
So my fellow in the studio there, I appreciate you, and you speak like a leader. Yeah. I pray that the paper will be able to place you to some place that you put something in place.
All right. Thank you so much. I hope the public listen to your corner. At least I put my mentor somewhere. But yeah, man. Good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. I want to say many thanks to your studio guests. Okay, Derek N. Brother is my name. I call from Super Rural Community. And let me make my contribution to the issue that have been discussed in studio. You know, many Liberians who call themselves citizens, United Partisans, they are not loyal to this country. And they are very unfair to this country. When things go wrong, we should discuss it the way it should be. But you see people defending individuals that are corrupt. And some of them, you will find out that they don't even have food on the table because of those corrupt leaders. I want to say many thanks to the studio guests again. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Defending everybody, in the country, that's just why it is. Everybody defending their own person. Whether you are from XYZ or you are from this other one, we are defending our own party. Let's take this person. Good morning, welcome.
Yeah, good morning, brother, and good morning to your studio girls.
Your name, where joining us from?
Yes, the name of me constant. This is Daniel David calling from the PNG GS Road, number 6 to be precise.
Okay, you are live with us this morning.
Yeah, thank you very much this morning for the brilliant topic on discussion in studio this morning. And the issue concerning asset recovery, every one of us will pray for transparency in government, and we urge that President Joe Walker should be able to stand on his feet to do well, because some of those things our allegedly accused that other outgoing leader, it has already started happening under this regime. There are a lot of illegal government workers, illegal to be employee of Ministry of Transport that do a lot of psychology going down on the issue of insurance. And those people were sitting right at the front page of Ministry of Transport collecting funding from psychologists who wanted to insure their bike. There was no security subvention to come and remove the people. They only to a shocking point. Those people are coming out now to tell people that those who insure their bike today illegally, because the document I are getting, the document is not transparent. It's not the proper document. So we ask them to please be able to intervene such incident. Let the transparency that we are set for to prevail under this regime. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for calling in. We take just 2 more calls, then we wrap it up. We are already climaxing this show this morning. Yeah, we'll take 2 more calls: 0778-665-699 or 0880-561-644. We got getting your views on the presentation this morning. But our friend, our brother Marco Tamavanin of the All Liberian Coalition, that's the All Liberian Party. They may have to go back to his political leader and settle things with Mr. Yure. Yeah. I think there is need, Marco. I think concluding, what's the future of the All Liberian Party now?
The future of the All Liberian Party. Well, we have a great future. In as much that you have rational people in the party, it means the party has a future. In as much that you have people that are thinking beyond the horizon, in as much that you have people that are thinking for Liberia, not for the interest of one egotist, not for the interest of situational opportunities, but rather the interest of the common goal of the party and the country at large. The party has future. We have a very great future in Liberia.
Is there any plan of, but you say it's still soon to be discussing politics?
Oh yeah, it's still very soon. So I think the best thing we can discuss right now is the governance.
Governance.
You see, let me tell you something. I think the colors themselves have agreed. Have agreed when I said single fence is not loyalty, which make difference between seditious and some unity partisans and some of us, which make the difference. I may support you. Get me clear, like I said initially, and I repeat, in as much the government will deliver based on what we campaign for, in as much the government will work to the expectation of the vast majority, I will live with no option 2029 but to campaign for this rescue government. In so doing, I will not sit and defend wrongs. Even when I was in opposition, that's the kind of person I was. I, on numerous occasions, agree with my then boss, Heron Pedro Costa, with my then boss, Honorable Wilfred Benin-Ayure. I disagree with them on policies that I think were not necessary to be given attention to. And I remain the kind of person I am. Even my sitting here in studio can attest. I have been able to highlight missteps. Look, let me be frank. If we would dive ourselves into single fencing, perpetually we'll be killing the future of our unborn generation. Who are we harming? If every one of us are to dive into single fencing, are we harming ourselves or we are harming our unborn generation? We are harming our unborn because somehow we may be able to strive, maybe sell cold water or do 1 or 2 things to be able to sustain ourselves. But what precedent, what is the foundation we are building for our younger ones, for those that are coming up? What is the pillow? What is the bed are we making for them? These are things we need to ask ourselves. These are things we need to consider. So basically, I think it is prudent enough we be rational to our leaders in telling them reality than to fall into single fencing. Now, let's be frank. The government, like I said, the government is doing well, but there are missteps. I keep repeating. There's a need. The government act. I overheard someone talking about the case of Finabondo and that of Tue. That case is quite very different because the first thing, the government didn't establish fact to have traced the source income of the glacial rise, right? Are there any fast tangibles that perhaps one could have proven, except for the case of Minister Tue? One fact, GAC report. Isn't GAC report quite sufficient to call Samuel Tue to account for our 25 million? Isn't GAC report enough? Isn't LACC report enough to call Tue to account for our 25 million? And then people still talking about, evidence. Are these not evidence? When institutions that were, that surfaced, like for instance, AB Enterprise, we gave AB Enterprise so millions of dollars. At last, only to check, they were not given a cent. Ghost name surface. Why Samuel Tue cannot justify to us? We are not saying Samuel Tue will be apprehended immediately and be persecuted. No. The first thing is the law is backed by reasoning. It is reasoning that make the law. It is reasoning that interpret the law. It is reasoning that enforce the law. So the reasoning need to act. How will the reasoning act in this case? Now, call Samuel Tue to order. Samuel Tue should be able to explain to the Liberian people if it is true that Peter Paul received so and so amount of money. Where is the fact?
Don't you think you'll be distracting the government again? Because it's like coming up with such a thing again, it may distract the government from doing what it's supposed to be.
You already have a team that is responsible for that. If the government will be distracted, then what?
You will see people coming up. It will be people coming up for protests again, and protesting again. It will be like a slowing down our economy one way or the other, and scaring away of investors.
No, the first thing is on our law, Article 1 of the Liberian Constitution states all power is what? In the people. And 17 gives right to what? People coming out to express themselves, right?
Yeah.
Now, always going in protesting. For one being called to account for missteps, for one being called to account for millions of dollars that they misuse, you protest for that? You kidding me? I thought people should be protesting for missteps on the part of the government, not when the government is ensuring that state resources are being traced and are being brought back in government cover. Now, let me tell you, we're discussing about the establishment. I was recommending the establishment of the specialized anti-corruption code. If only Samuel Tue can account for the 25 million, you know what impact the 25 million will be creating if the specialized anti-corruption code is being established. In fact, that son alone can help to establish a code. Because one would be wondering where the government will outsource the establishment of the specialized anti-corruption code. Now, those part government officials, bring them to book. Let them account for our state resources. Those resources can be used. Now, if people are being called to account, have we wondered why Julius Manda Bio of Sierra Leone? Have we wondered why this guy from Kenya president, the leg of Kenya, Tanzania, and other presidents across Africa have been given grants? Have we wondered? It is because of the efforts they've been applying fighting corruption. Except in our case, Liberia. Take for instance, how many times Julius Manda Bio and George Weah have flown out of their countries on the same program. At last, they came back in their countries. Bio always used to come with a little package with a smile on his face for his people. Who told you that he was awarded a son because he's handsome? No, it is because of the efforts that he was applying in ensuring that he persecute corrupt state actors. So, in order for us to get aid from our partners, you're talking about scaring investors away. Tell me, in a case in a state where actions, people, perpetrators are not being brought to justice, do you really think that investor will even be brave to come when their safety is not required? Are you also taking that into consideration? How will your donors help you when they are not seeing any level of seriousness in you to prosecute corrupt state actors? How would that be possible? When we saw the case of IMF with the Wias regime, telling Wia, hey, you and your people should reform our fundings back in our cover. When we saw UNDP and other international organizations writing our state, our government officials to refund their resources that were used out of their covers. You really think that any serious-minded international institution will want to continue doing business with such a country that is not willing, to prosecute corrupt state actors, but rather to be dining and whining cruising with corrupt officials? Are you taking that into consideration? Should we continue working on our path and then you expect progress? There won't. So the government need to act.
Okay,
there's a need.
All right. So before my final question to you before we wrap up, because we are already out of time, what do you make of Honorable Yeke Kolba's stay in governance? He got elected, and after that, the party that he supported, which was the Unity Party and the Alternative National Congress, now he's expressing his frustration in the ruling establishment. What do you make of Yeke's new stand on national issues?
The first thing is, under our law, Yeke is all right to do what he's doing, and he has the fundamental right, void of our constitution, based on the rule and the position that he's occupying, to do what he's doing. What he's doing. But the issue is, the question is, what is the rationale of the action? Yeke criticized a regime that was just given birth to after 4 days. And then you want me to discuss that kind of person? It means Yeke's point of advocacy or criticism against this government is more of personal or self-aggrandizement about what he can bestly achieve. Yeke will always speak of corruption, but the last time I checked, Yeke has never shied away from collecting brown envelope. So you want me to discuss that kind of man? Yeke will criticize people of being corrupt, but whenever fundings are being distributed, considering the constraint, the economic hardship, considering the challenges that our people are going through, Yeke will still sign onto brown envelope. And then you want me to discuss Yeke? Yeke's point of advocacy is more about himself. That's the reality. I'm being real with you. Because if you were criticize a government that was just given birth to after 4 days, and then you came and had a press conference, then anybody will be wondering. Because even those that were in opposition, I'm very sure it caught their imagination. Yeke had a press conference just 4 days after inauguration, criticizing the regime. When the government have not even a fake signature on documents, Yeke was already criticizing, having issue. So I actually will not have time to discuss Yeke because in my mind, Yeke is more of personal. It's more about issues that will have to do with self-aggrandizement than the interests of the vast.
He criticized the former government, so he have started this on his government. So
criticism is good, like I told you, and even as I'm doing, if you be sincere with me, with the length of time that I've spent here, I have not dived into praise singing. I have been very objective and rational. In as much people will be rational, I will side with them. But has Yeke tried to be rational for Christ's sake? No. Let's be frank, man. My concern is just 4 days after the government was given birth to, Yeke had an issue. When in fact the president have not even yet gone in his office. When in fact not even a minister have taken over to have even sat. When Yeke had his first press conference, I challenged anybody. There was no minister that was there was no minister that was then in their office. Not even the president. But even when the president was working at home, because after the inauguration, for the first days or a few days, the president was at home. But Yeke was already criticizing the administration on which point. So I don't really figure this out.
Okay, Michael, thanks so much for coming. And final message before to close up, yeah?
To close up, here's my message. The falling of the dry leaf is a warning to the green leaf. What am I saying?
If they not give you a job,
I'm not more of my job. This is not more about my job.
Okay, let's go ahead.
I repeat,
the falling of the dry leaf is a warning to the green leaf.
It's a warning to the green leaf. What am I saying? The downfall of WIA's administration to serve as a precedent and a warning to Baka's administration. We as opposition, yes, we were highlighting concern failures of the WIA's administration, but the public could not have bought into all of the messages that were given out until those who canvass, who struggle and gave their all, started to fight the system that they fought for. Meaning, the Baka's administration will have to be careful. They should not give time. They should not allow people who sacrificed and lost their all to start fighting the system that they fought for. When it happens, trust me, there were Baka's administration downfall starts from. In reference to that, the June 7 protests. June 7 protests gave rise to the opposition when we started having disenchanted seditions, frustrated seditions, frustrated this, frustrated that. While it is true that we were criticizing the WIA's regime, but people perpetually lost hope when people who were at the forefront on the left of Eugene Vagon and others. I'm referencing Vagon just for an example. When others who lost their all started leaving the CDC, criticizing and fighting the system, CDC could no longer hold ground. So the Baka's administration will have to think and consider that they should use the CDC case scenario. Do not allow outsiders, your insiders, to vent out against you. If it does happen, it becomes a problem. In as much that the insiders have been able to manage the internal crisis, to live with the happenings, work to please the happenings. Work in line to the request of the vast majority. Pay attention and stay focused on governance. There's no time for campaign. When you are leading, you are no more struggling for political power. You are there to deliver, not fighting to get. We are already into state power. Our paramount responsibility right now is to what? Work to the expectation of the people, not to fight for power struggle. It is our workings that will make us a retain state power 2029. So I think it is about time we focus more of governance than to pay attention to triviality, in which I applaud this government for. They've been ready at their best. They have not been getting into challenges, going along with the opposition, like then in the opposition, wherein if the opposition trying to stay or vent out their anger, you see government coming after them. I think this government is exhibiting some level of maturity when it comes to that. So I will advise the government continue on that path to keep focused to deliver the deliverable. Thank you. Once again, I'm your humble servant, Michael Tambavani, National Youth Chair of the All Liberian Party. It is nice being on your platform this morning.
Thanks so much, Ishmael.
Yeah, I would like to say many thanks to Mr. Vani for sharing the platform with us this morning, and many thanks to all of our listeners. Those of you follow via Facebook and the radio. It's actually good to be here.